Hello and welcome to Survive the Unexpected with your host Frank Pacino and my partners in crime Amanda Bryan and James Hansen. And today, she just disappeared. She'll be right back hopefully. But we have a special guest. Her name's Janelle. She's one of the admins of the Big Brother fan jury page. Hopefully she comes right back. But we're here to talk about Big Brother 24, the finale of Big Brother 24, and our thoughts on the season as a whole. So let's just start with Taylor as a winner. How do you think that capped off the season, Amanda?
Amanda, you can go
Me?
first here.
Okay. I think Taylor was an okay winner. I wasn't as high on Taylor as everybody else has been this season. But I think that her final speech was very, very good. She did a good job presenting herself. She did a good job explaining her game. And I think that is what ultimately won her the game was her final performance. I think that Monty also had a decent chance to win. I think he was very good at positioning himself well in the game. So a very, very worthy final two. Sometimes the final two isn't as worthy as what we saw there. So I do appreciate that there's decent players that made it to the end and a decent player that won versus a flop that, shouldn't have won.
Yeah, well, all right. So my thoughts are that, like, it was close. Like you said, we rarely do see a final two anymore where they were both, I think, really good players. Like you said, you're not as high on Taylor as Frank or I are, but I mean, she hit the block a lot and she was targeted super early and should have been a huge threat in the game, but her social game kept her in it for the most part without winning like that many comps. And it is a social game first. So people are voting, like, should vote more on that than the physical game where Monty played more of a physical game. He also had a good social game and strategic game, but I think that Taylor was just so well liked, and it's crazy that they let her get to the end because she was so well liked and had such a good story that, like, if she got there, she was going to win. So I know, like,
Right.
Monty could have had a pretty easy win, I think, if he took Turner. I think Turner also played a good game, but I think Monty had it in the bag if he took Turner, and he chose to take the chance and take Taylor, even though he knew that was probably going to be a tougher win deep down. But yeah, I think that's what cost him. I think Monty had the win if he took Turner. But
Yeah.
he took Taylor, and I knew as soon as she was in the final two, like, she was going to win.
Yeah.
I had no doubts. I thought it might have been a little bit closer though. I thought Kyle and maybe Terrence might have voted
Monty. Me
for
too.
Monty, yeah. And I mean, I figured Turner was probably going to vote for him, but I thought Monty might get a couple more votes. But I mean, ultimately, yeah, I figured Taylor would win with that final two, or if she got the final two against anyone really after Michael was evicted.
I knew that Jasmine and Amira would vote for Taylor. Like that was going to be for sure.
All right, Janelle,
Indy, you mean?
how do you feel about Taylor as a
Or not
winner?
Amira. You know what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Brittany. I meant Brittany.
Oh, Brittany.
How do I feel?
About Taylor as a winner.
I love her. I loved her speech. I love the fact that what I'm happiest about is that she went against status quo. She was able to convince them that it's not all about comp wins. It's not all about who you take out. It's not about big moves. Sometimes somebody.
Oh.
So, all right, I'm gonna pick up right where she was leaving off at. I think she's like kind of a throwback winner, where back in the day, a lot of times,
There she is.
uh,
She's
uh,
back.
okay, go ahead, go ahead, finish your thought. Go ahead, finish your thought.
I don't know where I left off.
You said how
Uh,
you it wasn't all about making big moves.
Yeah, I like that it wasn't all about big moves. They obsess over that in the house. They obsess about moves. They obsess about resumes. What did you do? What moves did you make? And on and on and on and on. It's an obsession in Big Brother and in Survivor. When I feel like a lot of times the social game has gone out the window or it hasn't really mattered. So I really appreciated that she just spoke her truth, spoke about the experience that she had, and that she never gave up, and that is also worthy of a win. So I love Taylor.
Yeah.
She's probably going to be like my favorite winner.
So I think, like I was saying, I think she's more of a throwback winner. Like modern Survivor or Big Brother, my mistake, has been more about comp wins and big moves and things like that. Back in
Yeah.
the day, it was more about your strategic game, your social game, and comp wins were kind of like a cherry on top.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's a very nice throwback winner, in which I hope Big Brother kind of gets more into a balance. I don't think competition should be like not important because
Right.
they're obviously important,
Right.
but it shouldn't be the end all be all like it has been the last few seasons.
Yeah, it
Since
should be. I won 10. Give me the.
yeah,
Give me.
Yeah.
right,
That's what people seem to think. Because already I see people saying, "What did Taylor do to deserve it? She didn't do anything. She got there. 6 evictions, 6
yeah.
times. She was able to convince people that she was working with that she was good for their game, and therefore they wanted to keep her."
Yeah. That's good. That's just good social game, and you can't
Yeah.
like really cut it any other way. So Frank, you mentioned her being more of like a throwback type winner. Is there any winner that you would like compare her kind of to?
I don't know if I could compare her to. I think her story is unique in herself that
Yeah,
nobody
of course.
compares to her
Mhm.
story. But like a Dr. Will, he never won. He's played 2 seasons and he won a game and he made it to Final Four, and he's never been HOH or won the veto.
Yeah.
Uh, Dan has won his fair share of competitions, but he didn't rely on competitions. Maggie, another phenomenal player. June,
Yeah.
another phenomenal player. These are players who didn't rely on competitions that use the social game that benefited them. And I don't think there's a real comp for Taylor, but I think she's more aligned with them than
She played more like them than these modern winners, like
yes, like a
a
Casey.
Cody
Like a
or
Casey, I think Casey won a lot of competitions and people liked her. And that's not saying anything like bad or anything like that, but a lot of people feel like Tyler should have won that season, and because
I think
he
he should have.
relied on the social, the strategic and the social game, and Casey dominated the competitions. But because the
Right.
competitions were so in your face, that's why she took a step over him in the jury's eyes for some of them, anyways.
Well, and Casey was able to avoid controversy too. I mean, she didn't really,
Yes.
she wasn't really a target in that game for a long, long time. And then by the time she was a target, it was too late. They couldn't get her out.
Yeah, I remember Bailey saying she had a lot to do with Tyler losing. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's true, but that's what
She hated him.
Yeah,
She did.
Hated him.
that's why he
I
didn't
mean,
put her in jury on All Stars.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame him a little bit, but that whole thing was a mess, anyways. But yeah, so let's just get down. We all probably agree that Monty probably would have crushed Turner if
Yes.
he took him. I think Turner might have got a vote or two. It would have been probably 8 or 7-2, 8-1, 7-2, in my
Who do you
opinion.
think would vote for him?
I think there would have been somebody that voted for him. I think a Kyle
Yeah.
might vote for him.
Kyle, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Alyssa might have voted for him.
Yeah.
But I think that might have been it. I don't think Jasmine would have. I don't think
No.
Terrence would have. Maybe
What about
Terrence.
Indy?
Indy, I know.
No, you know what he
No.
said about Indy? He said had maybe 3 conversations with her the whole time they were in the house.
No.
I don't know if he was bullshitting that, but that's what he told Monty. Like,
No.
I mean,
When
what do Indy and Turner have in common? You know, like that's,
yeah.
they're not going to work together. Those are going to be two I don't know. Like, I think that's one reason that this season just isn't very high for me is because I just think the casting was just not. It's just a lot of these players are going to be forgettable.
I actually liked the
seasons.
casting.
Really, I didn't really care.
I think
for the
about
cast.
half
I think
of
a lot
them were
people
okay.
Forgettable.
Yeah. See, I didn't. Out of the people who made it far, the only one I like really just did not care for was Jasmine. Really, like she was the only one. The rest of them, I all like. There was some sort of redeemable quality. Maybe not. I didn't like Alyssa either.
You liked
Alyssa
Alyssa?
and
I was
Jasmine.
gonna say you liked Alyssa.
No, I didn't like her either.
No.
I thought
I
Alyssa
liked
was fun.
her. It was fun. She was a
Yeah.
fun personality. I think she was
Yeah.
a really nice person too. Like once she was loose and having talks with everybody, I liked her personality a lot. I thought she was.
I liked Alyssa without Kyle.
Yeah.
That's what I liked. Alyssa
Better,
with
yeah.
Kyle in
Their-
the house was
Their
horrible.
showmance was. I didn't. That
You
was
didn't like those 10-second sessions?
cringe. Yeah. Yeah,
Hey
on
man,
the
it's efficient.
in the have not room on the pool floaty.
They
Yeah.
sure didn't show that.
No, I back in the day they would have probably like 6 years ago
No,
they
I
would
mean
have
on
shown
the
that.
show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they didn't even show that they
Yeah,
did
they
that.
were
Yeah.
when they showed Taylor and Monty in bed. They did not show that pool floaty.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but what do you guys think of the final the three competitions we got for the final HOH?
That wiener one, man, was so fun to watch.
Yeah,
It was great to
that was the
watch.
best one.
It was. They were like, you can. Yes, I think so. I think they were holding on for. I mean, Taylor was down quickly, but I mean, seeing Monty and Turner just get flung around, and like there wasn't a lot of like outward visuals that like interacted with just watching them. That's what I liked about it.
My
Like,
big
it was
issue was the
clear as
sound
day.
effects.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
sound effects
remember.
were too
Yeah.
much.
I just-
They're always too
attention.
much.
I was like, this is stupid. Like, and then I knew who won, so I was like,
Oh,
I like.
You-
I thought that one's creative. That they had to know things and run back and forth. I was pissed at the
Yes.
results, but
Yeah, that was what she lost by 29 seconds.
yeah.
Seconds or
Ooh,
something.
that would have been tough, and that would have been so heartbreaking for her if Monty did
Oh.
end up winning and taking Turner.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that would have
Yeah.
just ran through her head forever. If like
Yeah.
29 seconds, 29.
Let's talk
seconds.
about that. Are you guys surprised that Monty took Taylor over Turner?
No,
No,
No.
he's been telling
Uh,
her weeks when they were alone.
I wasn't surprised either.
He never
I
said
wasn't-
it to Turner. Never.
and he made
I
that clear
wasn't, like,
a lot of
that
times.
Sure, though,
Mhm.
I thought there was a chance he could have taken Turner, but I was leaning more towards the Taylor side. But I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised, but I did think there was still a chance that he would take Turner.
I had a little bit of a sliver chance just because I
Did
think
you?
Monty can be a little bit self-righteous at times. And
Yeah,
there was a little bit of me that I was like, I think that he would make the best game move here, and Taylor would understand. But
Yeah.
that was my only little
But the
sliver
thing is,
of,
he thought
of
he
hope.
did make the best game move.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
that's where I guess he's a good player still, but it makes him a little more flawed, because if he thinks that was his best game move, like, how good of a read does he have on that jury? Like,
He did
See,
not
I
have a
don't
good read at all.
blame him for it. I think
It-
when I listened to him in Exit Press, when he explained why he made the choice that he made, I understand.
yeah, I haven't listened to that yet, but I
Oh.
get what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah, he
People
said,
just put it in his head.
yeah, he said that he thought that his resume was too similar to Turner. That
I heard that. Yeah,
Taylor, really, really pumped up the resume. And he said the other people during the season, he's like, Terrence is talking about big moves. Joseph told me he'd always vote for me. And they were obsessed with resume. So that was his frame of thinking, according to the conversations he had with the other house guests.
Mhm.
So from
Right.
that point of view, I understood it. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. But like I said, they said at Roundtable that if Taylor got to the final two against either, they were voting for her. So I feel like going into that, she had that vote, according to what Turner said, and she's going to win it anyway. She just put the cherry on top with the speeches and how she answered the questions.
I really like how in her speech that she kind of directed little hints at certain people in the jury. Like the sword and shield comment was for Joseph.
Mhm.
She commented towards Indy's dress. It was a dress they
Mhm.
talked about for the
Yeah.
finale. And so
Yeah.
like this little stuff like that, she really reached out to each jury member when she could. And just
Similar to Kevin.
yeah.
BB Can.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys-
I haven't watched BB Camp, but I know
yeah.
I know I need to.
Yeah.
It's
I've
on-
heard
it's on the
I've
list.
heard BB season 10 is the best season of Big Brother ever. Like between US and Canada.
Wait,
But
Big
season
Brother
10 is,
Canada
the
season
best.
10.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
His final speech was so passionate, and he directed something at every single person. So it's kind of similar. His was more direct, though.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm sorry, we're getting off topic.
No, you're
Even
good.
ruthless
No,
things
it's good. Yeah,
he still directed it. He's like, Summer, you were always supposed to go out on the double. When the other person was trying to hide it, like he just laid it all out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love an honest game.
Like
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like that's what loses a lot of players in the end is they still lie. It makes zero sense to lie at that point because they've already talked about what happened over
Yeah.
and over and over again. They're in the jury house with no competitions, with nothing scheduled. They're probably just sitting there,
No cameras.
no cameras, really sitting at the pool, drinking, talking about the game. That's
Yeah.
all they're doing. About who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's coming in next? Did this really happen? This person said this to me. It's like that's all they're doing in that jury house. So there's no point in lying because you're just gonna
No.
make more people upset. And that's what like Paul's biggest issue was. And that's it's just like there's other people's examples that just like you have to own your game. Like that was Mike's issue in 42 and Survivor
Yes.
is that he didn't own his game and like said I did this on purpose. I did this for this reason. He didn't explain himself.
He's very
And
self-righteous.
yes,
His
and
final
Yes.
tribal council was terrible.
terrible.
Yeah.
And
It was.
it's like I was so loyal, but I betrayed all of you. So that's
Yep,
just not the
pretty
way to
much.
play it. And I really was upset with Monty because it's like even if he was gonna lose regardless, his performance was really bad. He kept
Yeah.
bringing
Yeah.
up the Daniel and Nicole thing, which is like, dude, that was like pre-jury. They're not even voting. Why you
Yeah.
keep bringing that moment up? Like that
Yes.
happened so long ago.
So I do think though that like especially with Big Brother, it being like the final like whatever it is, the jury questioning, it's a lot shorter than the Survivor final tribal council. So I don't think it matters as much. I think Taylor had it locked up already, but I think maybe like I said earlier, a couple of the Monty votes went to Taylor because she was so good at answering them. It just like you said, the cherry on top. But
You gotta remember that Taylor does this. This is not uncommon ground for Taylor either. She literally is a pageant winner. She is used to speaking in front of judges.
Yeah.
She literally does it,
Yeah.
as a job or a hobby or whatever. So this is just another performance in a way for her. So she's already mastered that part of it. Where I feel like that was Monty's weakness, was not being able to explain his game in a way where he understood it as well.
Mhm.
And I think that's what really cost him. It was he just wasn't able. I think because I don't think Monty played a bad game. I really don't. I think that he played a
definitely
phenomenal
not.
game.
He
He
definitely
really
played a good
did.
game.
He
But
did. He just couldn't. He
Mhm.
couldn't take what he did in the game and bring it into words and explain it to a jury. He just couldn't do that.
I cannot remember the word Brittany used to describe his game, but it's very like what is so. He was in the majority for the whole game, basically.
Mhm.
As soon as he got with the leftovers, he was okay before the leftovers, but once he got with the leftovers, he was in a comfortable spot. He was never really sweating. He took out small targets, didn't take any risks, had the backing of the leftovers should he had taken out anybody, but he never like he was just meh to me. I don't really care for him much either.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Mhm.
help. I try to be objective, but his game was just it's okay. It's not like, oh my god, that was amazing.
Right.
But it's
Yeah, I don't
respectable.
think he played
It's worthy
amazing.
of a win.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't think he played amazing, but I think he played well enough to win.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I think my biggest thing is that he was perceived as this big target early on before pre-jury, and he hardly ever touched the block. And I feel
Right.
like he didn't put that in his speech really. Like he kind of touched on it a little bit, but like that should have been something that right home. Like if he's trying to discredit Taylor's game, like look, she was always vulnerable. I was never vulnerable. I kept myself safe. Da 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 da. Da. While she couldn't keep herself safe, and she had to scratch and crawl this just to get to next week, I was sitting pretty because of my social game and my bonds was built in the house. But he never touched on that
Yeah.
much, and that's something he should have like leaned on.
Yeah,
So,
it looks like he didn't put too much effort into it. I know
yeah,
the night before finale, my crazy self was up at 4 a.m. watching feeds. Taylor was the only one up, and she was going over that speech. She was like, how can I convince them that my journey is worth something? How can I convince them that this matters, this win could be bigger? She was going over and over and over and over this for a good hour. I'm like, you got it. Just say what you're saying right now. It was perfect. She really, really worked at that for hours before. I'm talking, like I said, 4 a.m. my time, so whatever time that is for them.
Right.
I'm on the coast, but
It's for $750,000. Like, and she's so smart. Like, why wouldn't you put the time into your final speech if it's
Right.
gonna win you a $750,000 damn dollars? Like, that's what I hate about casting now. Is like you get people like Alyssa on there and Indy that are on there that have no care for the money. and that's what drives people to be a good game player is win that money. Like it just I want to see people on the show that want to win the money and want to play a good game to win the money. And I feel like
I want super fans on the show. Like,
yes, like people
Yeah.
that actually want to try and really want the money. And I feel like that's where Big Brother is really lacking is we just don't have, everyone is so worried about how many followers they have or Instagram, or TikTok, whatever the case is. And it's just like I feel like that's what the show is at least gearing toward, or
Well,
like how they cast is like I don't
maybe
want to
half or
see these
so of the
people.
people casted on the last like 5 to 8 newbie seasons are all like more worried about their Instagram clout than actually playing a good game.
Yes. I mean, look at Kyle. Like Kyle is unemployed, lives in his parents. Lives with his parents. He's 30,
That's
and he makes
wild to
TikToks.
me.
Makes TikToks with his mom. That's what he does, and that's how he
And
got
he's
casted.
like
He's not a
almost
super
30 years
fan.
old.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not a super fan. Like
Ugh.
what? I just like I want to see them
I
cast
love Kyle.
people that want to win.
I'll give Kyle a little bit of credit. This is just the like fucking huge reality TV fan in me. I was like, is this dude like really like unemployed? Like, so I looked it up and he had a really good job, maybe like 6 months before he went on Big Brother, and he quit because it was too stressful. So like he might have like a decent amount of money in his pocket. I think he was doing something with like software or something like that. So
He
like
has making bank on TikTok with that following. It seems like
and then that he's definitely making money off that. So I mean, I hope he gets a real job again because TikTok's not gonna last forever. But I actually like Kyle. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Watching Kyle is like, okay, so you're like, the person at the restaurant that's like carrying all the dishes and they're walking in the kitchen and then they fall and they're like, whoa, and they're like trying to like balance all the dishes at the same time. That's Kyle. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like he stumbled his way through this game and eventually all the dishes fell on the floor and it shattered and he was done. Like,
yeah, I think that Kyle really was a good player this season. He made some
I agree.
Oh no.
Oh no, but yeah, I agree. I think Kyle did make some crazy moves, and the problem was that he was, like you said, he was stumbling, but he was stumbling because he was tripping himself. Like he is on these great positions, and then he made himself in a bad position. Then he found himself in a great position. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm in this great position. I'm gonna ruin this."
Yes, it was just such a roller coaster, just
Yeah.
fumbling game that was exciting to watch. Like it was fun to watch. Him and Turner and maybe Terrence were like the only three that I really enjoyed watching this season. I feel like
Terrence?
Yes, I thought Terrence was hilarious.
He's
bruh.
okay, but
I thought he was one of the best old person castings they've done
No,
in
he
a long
wasn't.
time.
He's cool.
Yes, he
he
was.
proved himself enough to me, but I mean, he's still like his like strategic mind was pretty fucking awful, and with the people he wasn't really connecting with,
awful,
social game wasn't good either.
I still think he is one of the best. Like
no, he risked it all for Daniel.
Who are you guys talking about?
We're
Terrence.
talking about Terrence.
Oh, I hate him. What about
I don't hate him at all. No, I like him. I liked him.
I think he's just a good
that-
guy. He's just not. He's not a good player, though.
He's not, but he's like. I thought he was one of the best old person castings they've done in a long time. In the sense of like being able to watch and being entertained by him. I was entertained by Terrence.
I probably hate him the most of the season.
Really? Why?
Because he was horrible. Do you hear the stuff that came out of his mouth? He was so disrespectful. I'm a constant feeds watcher. So
okay, I don't watch the What Life. I mean, I do when it first starts, but I got too much going on.
No, I'm talking all day. Watch.
Yeah, no.
He's horrible. He's rude. He's disrespectful. He said horrible things about Taylor.
So his like edit on the show doesn't match.
No.
Oh
yeah.
no.
He's horrible. He's like he's horrible.
That makes me so sad.
Yes, he's a trash. Let me calm down. He's not a nice person. He said some vile. He called her a. He's like
Oh no.
Maxine Turner.
She's gonna go back and see that. She ain't gonna like
Terrence,
that.
she's gonna be crushed. There's like a whole. He was a big culprit of disrespecting her behind her, and he would gaslight her. He was like, "I had your back." Well, he's a liar.
He's a liar. Damn, that makes
He
me
was-
so
Terrible.
sad.
You know how Daniel and Nicole were? He was
I
like
don't
Daniel and Nicole.
DJ Snow Time. That makes me so sad.
No, he
Terrible.
was. Yeah, I don't want to see him ever again. No offense to him. I hope he has a nice life. I just don't want him on my TV screens. I don't
I
wish
hope-
any ill will to him.
That's
I hope
crazy.
he does an interview where somebody hands it to him, because the exit press once they hit jury is very unsatisfying.
Yeah.
Elated pre-jury when these people got it handed to them. Post jury, they have to really be careful. So they really couldn't go for their necks like I wish they had.
Yeah.
Needs
What
to
was
get
up with bringing the pre-juries back and not giving them the business? That makes
exactly.
sense. Like why wasn't Daniel giving receipts? Why wasn't Nicole giving receipts?
Did they even ask Daniel a question? Like
They asked Daniel, they asked Nicole one.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of them
Damn.
didn't get a question.
Damn.
Yeah. And like no offense, like why do we even care they're coming back? Like if
We
like
don't.
we want to see them we want to see the receipts of them being assholes.
You
know what I'm saying?
See, the only one out of them that I really liked was Amira. So
Oh, like her.
she had potential. She got
did.
screwed because she was like deemed as like being a big threat, and the leftovers like formed, and then they're like, all right, we got to make a big move. Let's go for her. I think she could have been a really good player.
I just thought they were gonna give the business to him like they did Jack and even Mickey. They gave the business to Jackson. They're a winner of that season, but they didn't give the business to these people.
They got it they got it when they left that out, especially Nicole.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. You guys just brought up like a question that I have for everyone because I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Who was, including pre-merge, like everyone on the cast, who was everyone's least favorite player this season? The absolute least favorite.
Maybe
pick one.
Maybe Daniel.
You have to pick one. Yeah.
I cannot pick one.
Maybe Daniel would be my choice.
It's hard. Mine's Daniel too. I hated him. I could not stand the guy.
It's like Terrence, Nicole, or Daniel are my top three.
And Nicole was a close second for me. Close second.
Those three. I might go Daniel.
Who is your least favorite, Amanda?
I don't know.
Listen, you're not gonna like my answer, so I'm
Taylor?
just not. No,
It's not
no,
her.
no. It's not Taylor. I just like.
Monty?
I thought that Michael was so bad strategically. Like he was honestly the best physical. Yes,
on.
he was. He literally did you see? He literally used. I don't want to get into this. He literally used racism as a strategy. He literally held Kyle like. He literally did you guys see that live feed like clip of him being like, I have dirt on you, Kyle, I'm gonna use it against you, and he did. And then he got and then they were like, wait a minute, why didn't you speak up when the time came? Like, why weren't you there to help right the wrong? And he was like, oh, and then like him and Brittany were oh well, this isn't about us. Yes it is. I just Michael to me just is so frustrating because he could have been one of the best Big Brother players ever. But he's such a, like, I don't know how to, like, he's slimy, but not in a good way. Not in, like, a good way slimy. He's, like, a bad way slimy. I don't know how to explain it.
I like Michael. I think he did actually play a really good game. His social game might have not been as good for a huge, like, super fan, but his strategic game and obviously how he was in comps, which I don't put total stock into, but he saved himself when it was necessary a lot of times. Like, people like him for that. And like I just think he's a little narcissistic, but I think
he's
that
very narcissistic.
Yeah, but I think this is what I saw on like I think it was an EW or like parade interview with all the juror members. They asked questions for everyone, and every single one of the jurors said that when asked who played the best game out of anyone in the jury, they all said Michael. So
See,
I mean,
okay,
he played. I mean, you can't deny that he. I mean, he obviously beat the record in 24 years. You know, beat the record.
he tied
for
the
most-
record
Oh yeah, sorry, he tied the record for veto. No,
for
I thought he
comp
beat.
wins.
Comp
For
win.
he tied for comp wins, but he beat Janelle and veto wins. Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
So, and I applaud him for that. That's amazing. That puts him on a very, very high scale. But I just don't like the way he played this game, and I thought that at times he was really a coward. You know, when he could have been, he was another person that tried to throw people under the bus instead of, you know, owning what was going on. I don't know. I just did. He threw his number one ally, tried to throw his number one ally under the bus as he was getting voted out. I like watching it, but it was terrible to. I don't know. I just thought it was slimy of him. It was terrible of him.
yeah,
Look.
I will say if you don't like him, like that's your opinion, but it's crazy
Mhm.
to say like that if he was your least favorite player on the season, I think that's crazy.
That's way.
I mean, no, I wouldn't say he's my least. I mean, because he definitely was a more worthy player, but I didn't like how he handled the
Look,
Kyle
I think
situation.
Michael is the biggest lock to return.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know though because he got a lot of heat too.
I think
no, he'll be back.
He'll be back if he wants to play again. He'll be back.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm gonna.
I mean, you guys know who was team all the way before he was voted out. And that's Joseph. So I hope Joseph is back. Because Joseph got screwed over by Lie. Like Terrence and Kyle fucked him over. And like because he never
I think he got screwed over by the twist more than the lie itself. But
no, I think if that twist didn't happen, that Joseph could have been the winner. Like I really do.
I think Joseph's biggest issue is that he was playing both sides, but then told everybody he was playing both sides. That's Joseph's biggest issue. But yeah.
No, but Joseph was for his people. He was willing to go to bat for them. Like his group was not in the Dyer Fest. They were at Big Brochella. So like that's what really screwed him over.
Can we talk about? Hopefully Janelle will be able to pop back on talking about this. But I really loved the split house twist.
I did too.
I thought that's one of the best twists that they've done in a long time.
It's a great twist.
There she is. Janelle, how do you feel about the split house twist?
My favorite player of the season, Joseph, but like I still like yeah.
Did you like the house split?
I think that it was good in theory. I think they majorly tanked it by allowing them to pick who they wanted. It should have been random. That gave HOH just way too much control. And if they're gonna do it again, they should have somewhere prepared for them. Outside just sucked. They had the wall yellers. It was hard to hear. There were planes, and it really seemed like those people went through it out there. I don't like that Joseph went home on that. I hated Kyle.
No, I hate that.
So, I don't like. I like it if they tweak it. It's a great idea.
Yes.
But they tweak that.
All they have to do is do the knockout competition, and this person lose. You go this side. And then this alternate
100%,
and it's completely random. Or even there's a note in there. Grab one, and half of them say this side, and half of them say this side. Like
they don't do that though. The production doesn't do that. It's the same. I mean, I think that the veto pulling for a veto is a bunch of bullshit. I'm just saying.
I don't know because there's a lot of times where it would be for entertainment to get pulled and they never do.
There's a lot of house guest choice tokens in there. Then that's all I gotta say. That's what I'm just saying.
Okay, we'll say that.
It was good in theory. And then Julie explained the whole thing. before that. I don't know why she said a word. Just let them go think that they're competing for HOH. Let Michael win. Let the second person randomly win. And then they're the second HOH. I cannot understand why she explained it all. They sat there and they stood there and they talked about it and what they were going to do and how they were going to do it. They just gave it all away. They should have surprised them. It would have had a way bigger impact and they wouldn't have had so much control over that.
Exactly.
I didn't like how one side had to be a have-not and the other one didn't. That's what I didn't like about it too. Is like that's putting 5 people at a disadvantage for no reason. For I mean, for next week, because they had to eat. Didn't they have to eat peanut butter and jelly the whole? Or they had to eat something the whole time.
They crappy processed food the whole week.
That's right.
And so it was outside too, and it was just a mess. It was hot out.
They should have done upstairs,
mess.
downstairs. They should have done upstairs, downstairs.
Basement. They have that basement room or whatever. They could have done and why they did it the way they did it.
Right.
We didn't get to see a lot of it because of wall yellers trying to save Joseph.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have minded a nighttime, daytime. You have to go to your rooms at this time. You can come out this time.
Yeah.
If they tweak it a little bit, it'd be fun. But it's one of those things that they stumbled it so much on the first time. Like the first time lost so much impact because of the way they handled things. Like if they were just surprised. They'll bring it back. It's a fun play on the double eviction, and I think we got a really good double eviction this season, which was good because most of the time
doesn't always happen. Yeah,
it doesn't always happen. It's just like
bad for Michael. Oh my gosh. Needed to happen.
Oh god.
So bad for the guy. He was
like, and his holster broke.
Yes.
During the competition, that's why he lost. Yep. Partially why he lost. But to be fair, if he took out Turner or Monty, like Brittany told him to, he probably would have won that veto, or Brittany would have won the HOH.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
And
you said that his social game wasn't the best, but his social game couldn't have been that bad if he got Brittany and Taylor to pretty much follow him through with an alliance all the way up through. It was them 3 for a while.
That jury sung his praises. The ex-press, Michael, even
Michael would have beaten anybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Anybody.
Dr. Frost did one once the whole jury was there, and they were still saying Michael was the best one in the jury. He had a lot of respect from that jury. I'm happy he did because I feel confident that he encouraged the Taylor win, so I like it.
Yeah, that which is also another thing. Like the way you handle the jury and who goes when and how you manage the jury is a big part of the game. Because if you have somebody who's the most influential in the jury backing your praises, that just means a lot for you. We've seen it happen.
She definitely had Michael.
Yeah. So
I think that's what people were afraid that Alyssa was going to do for some reason. They always mention how Alyssa had all these friends on the jury.
Michael did that though.
I don't know why they obsessed over that. That girl was not.
They did. No,
that girl was not winning.
Anything. No. That girl didn't even
she
know
was
why she was
never.
There.
She was never going to win. Like
never. Yeah. Kept her. That was another mistake of his. Monty.
Dude, it just baffles my mind. Brittany was willing to betray her best friend to make the better move for you, Turner, and herself, and you wouldn't do it to keep one of your best friends. It made no sense.
Why would you not want to have Alyssa over Taylor? Taylor was going to be more loyal to Monty.
It's crazy. That move was not made.
That's what I like about him. He does what he's told in this game, period, point blank.
Yeah, that's the biggest sign of it. If Brittany can come to realizations like, hey, getting rid of Taylor is probably the better for my game because Alyssa's somebody I could beat. And then Turner has no idea. That just shows how much game knowledge he was lacking.
Yeah,
that round right there. Because if he takes out Taylor that round, he's sitting in the best position.
Yeah.
He has Alyssa with him.
Too.
Yeah. Right. He had Alyssa and he had Monty. And then Brittany was still number 1 target in Monty's eyes. So it's just it could have just there's some he had every chance to win the game. That round, I think, really took away all his chances, I think, because Alyssa was very upset with them and probably went to the jury and be like, yo, Brittany tried to save me and he wouldn't save me. It just looked real bad.
Brittany was probably one of the most surprising players this season for me.
I was just about to ask.
Good or
that
bad?
was my next question.
Good.
Good
What are
and
your
bad.
opinions on Brittany? Because I think she actually played a very solid game. Like she wasn't the
did.
best, but she positioned herself well. And
Right behind Michael.
yeah, and towards the end, I mean, it just like she just didn't have
I think if
But
people
Michael
that
be
were
could have
fair
been
to
voted out
Brittany.
at 4 or 5, she might win the that's what she was hoping to happen.
Yeah.
At 4 or
Yeah.
5 was Michael get taken out, and then she'd be able to slide to final 2 at that point.
I think that she's smart though, because she
I
knew
like
that
Brittany.
aligning
I
herself.
think she's very smart. Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
think that
I
aligning herself with one of the
I
most
loved listening
winning.
to her reasoning, her strategy, like that.
Yeah.
And it's upsetting that her number one ally at the most crucial point didn't trust her enough to consider what she was saying.
Yeah.
Because like I said, if you take out Monty or Turner there, that changes the double eviction round.
Mm-hmm.
So
Stupid. It was so dumb. But I mean, I think Brittany deserves a little more credit than some of this sort of like almost toxic like fan base is giving.
What did you say was stupid?
Michael not listening to her.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put in work to tell him like Michael.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, and props on
For real.
that, but I'm just saying like I think that the fact like I don't think the fan base respects the game they played, but I think that Brittany played a pretty good game.
I think she's played okay, but she wasn't playing a winning game.
I really always could follow her logic when she was talking, when she was making strategic plans, when they were saying what they were going to do. Listening to Brittany and Michael talk game was really good. They always, in my opinion, had good ideas.
Yeah.
I didn't like the fact that Frank, I'm surprised you don't like the fact that so early on she clearly articulated that she was playing for second.
Oh yeah.
You said that.
Yeah. That's not the best look, but
and all that stuff. She said, I know I can't win. She just felt like her social game was
Yeah.
done. I felt like the only person she had to beat was Alyssa.
Yeah,
Everybody
and
else felt like she would have lost against. Because
I agree.
I did not like her at all. Like at all.
No, and in that round, she was really messy. She was really messy trying to protect Michael, and then Michael was doing nothing, sitting in the HOH room.
Yeah,
She was putting work that week, Frank. I was like, and Michael was annoyed with her in a couple of points. I'm like, Michael, she tried to set this game up for you. You better say thank you. I don't think she realized like everything she was doing, but that week got her in trouble the following week. She was playing so loose.
Yeah. He was overconfident at that point.
Oh yeah.
He just was not gonna make those two moves. And he's talked about it. He said that he felt either way he was gonna be targeted. He knew it. So he was gonna keep his word to Turner. I don't know.
No, I just feel like if you know you gotta comp your way out, take away your biggest competition threats then.
Yeah.
Like Monty and Turner. And who do you think wins most of those competitions? Those two are gone. Michael. He plays in every veto after that.
Yeah.
I
was so nervous for that veto that Monty wanted to get him. I was like, please, God. I mean, I was just worried about Taylor, honestly. That's all I was worried about. But I was so nervous that week. That was a crazy double, at least at that point. I felt bad.
A good double.
Yeah.
A good double.
I just want to point one thing out. Taylor from Michigan, winner. Xavier from Michigan, winner.
Oh my God.
Tiffany from Michigan, she did amazing. Nicole
sounds
Frangel,
like you got to get on Big Brother.
Michigan, she's a winner.
Guy, yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just something we have in the water here, but we just seem to be great at Big Brother. Dan Giesling, the greatest of all time, from Michigan. I don't know, maybe something around this water parks to just say that Michigan.
Now you can get the Lions to do the same thing there.
Oh, okay. Okay, don't make.
No, I guess Michigan Big Brother players are equivalent to the New Jersey Survivor players.
I guess so.
Best, yeah.
What was that for, right?
There's 4 winners, and then you have Tiffany as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then New Jersey had the BB22 final 2, and then all the Survivor 40 winners at war finalists were from New Jersey.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize that Tony was from New Jersey. I thought he was from New York.
Who, Tony?
Uh-huh.
No, he's from New Jersey. Yeah,
Jersey. So
Cool.
same
we
thing.
can
Yeah.
we can probably agree on this. At least I think this is the case. Taylor probably at least had the best jury speech of modern Big Brother, maybe of ever. Modern Big Brother, there's been a lot of bad jury speeches because they're always rushed, which baffles my mind. If you have this 2-hour show, just let
Give
them
him
talk it
time.
out. Give them time.
Yeah.
There's no reason to rush.
Yeah.
Don't bring the pre-jury back. Who gives a shit about them? No offense to them. Like
Let him
they've
sit in
been
the audience. That's
right.
enough.
They've been gone for 2 months. Like
Yeah.
Exactly.
so give that time to the jury segment and let
And I don't
everybody
think any
ask
of
their
those
own
pre-jurors are coming
question,
back.
please.
Yes.
Let them ask their
Yes.
own question, and then just. But Taylor had one of the best speeches of all time, if not ever. At least for modern, at least the last 5 years, easily the best.
Did you
And
see? Did you
Yeah.
guys see that she made Taryn cry?
yeah, I seen that.
Mhm.
Twice. He cried on Twitch,
Yeah,
and he cried the RHAP after the show. I was like, "Go ahead, Taryn. I can't
Oh
wait till
goodness.
but I mean, his life is in it. He watches his whole life.
Literally.
This
Listen,
whole 3 months, that's all he does.
I know. And
Like,
he goes from BB Can to BBUS. There has to be like a 30-day break.
yeah,
It's insane.
Oh.
It's insane. And
Yeah.
I'm watching his recaps are so impressive to me. Like I cannot wait till he interviews. I can't wait till he interviews them, especially Taylor. Everybody else can kick
Mhm.
rocks, but
no, so yeah, I think it was easily the best Big Brother jury speech in the last 5-6 years, if not ever. It's definitely in the top 5, top 3 of all time.
that's the buzz online.
What?
That's the buzz online. That's what they're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to really think about, like, I don't like to say the best of all time without actually like remembering some of the other ones, but the modern ones, like, easily the best. So
Probably the best. I would
Yeah,
say
I
probably
mean,
the best since Big B 14.
like I said, they've all been kind of bad recently, but like I said, I don't think the speech matters as much as it does in Survivor. Like at least the time they give it on Big Brother, like they
Yeah.
don't put as much into like the questions and the answers as much, I don't think.
Well, you
But
gotta
like I
remember
said
too, there's
earlier,
a final
Taylor
3
did
for
kill it.
Survivor.
yeah,
But I mean, I think she had it won before that. Like it like I
Yeah.
said earlier too, might have given her an extra couple votes, but I think I don't know. I just don't think the speech matters as much in Big Brother.
yeah, I give you that. Like, especially the way they do the jury segment now, it just takes away.
Yeah.
So, how about give me your guys' thoughts on overall on the season? Where would you like? How do you feel about it? You think it was a middle tier season, top tier, bottom tier?
Above average for me, slightly, yeah. But I also haven't watched as many live seasons as you guys because I just got into Big Brother like 21. I started watching in like the middle and like in the middle when it was airing. I started from the start because I was like big into rewatching Survivor. Then so 22 was actually the first one I saw live, but I've seen almost every season at this point, and I think it's definitely above average.
Who won
But
20?
Cody.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you,
so I
Amanda?
think since 20, I would put this a little bit below season 20, but I think since then it's the best. Since 6. I think since like 14, it's like my third favorite season probably. So yeah.
I don't put it anywhere. I just like it because Big Brother never goes my way. Usually I'm pissed off. I'm mad. Somebody did this, somebody did that. My favorites never go, but this time it worked out. Like I can't even like
Right.
real to me that it actually worked out. Cause I was like, there's week 1. I'm like, she's gone. Week 2, I'm like, she's gone. Week 3, leftovers came, but I'm like, I'm still nervous, right? Every week after week after week, I was like, there's no way. And then she kept getting closer. And I was like, oh. And then she kept getting closer. I was like, oh, like I got excited. Cause this really happened. So to me, every week I was worried about her. I just wanted her to go as far as possible because of the experience that she had. I wanted her to have some sort of win. At first, that win was jury, and she just kept going, and she just kept going, and she just kept going. I was like, oh! So when it got to like 4-3, I was just like losing my mind at the possibility of her winning. So I was a mess on finale night because I cannot believe that the actual person that I wanted to win, it actually went my way. Never happened.
Didn't you pick her to win the season as well? Like you and me picked her to win, right? You picked her to win as your winner pick.
Who?
Taylor,
I didn't pick that. No, I thought she was gone.
Oh, I said before the season starts, she was my winner pick.
Really? I usually don't do that because I watch the little videos, and to me, they don't really mean anything when you see how people actually play. So I don't really pay attention to all that. I just like to see them go in the house and do what they do. So I really don't pick winners, but
she was my winner pick before the season. I was feeling real nervous the first week of the first day of the feeds and everything. I was like, oh god, she's donezo.
So I thought like what Janelle just said. I kind of felt the same way about Tony in Winners at War as Survivor because I thought going in he had no chance, and then even the finale night, I'm like, all right, like there's no way Tony will actually win. I didn't think he was going to get there, and he got there and won. It's like it's so satisfying seeing like your person who you love so much, like just like win when you don't expect it. So yeah,
it's rare for me anyway.
And I didn't think Taylor. Like I truly like I thought Monty was gonna probably take Taylor, but there was some doubt in my mind, so like I wasn't totally sure. But like once it was like jury stage, I didn't think there was a chance Taylor was gonna get to the end, and that does speak for her social game.
Yeah. And the edit did everything to fool us that she had no chance to win.
They did.
Yeah, exactly.
The contrast between the edit and like what is actually happening it's just unbelievable. Sometimes in the groups that I run a couple Big Brother groups.
Yeah.
But the groups I run, I see people talking. They're like, I'm like, no.
So I like
no, he's not.
I don't watch as many live feeds as you.
Oh.
And Frank probably watches more than I do. I know Amanda like that. Like I'm more with Amanda. I don't have the time that much, but I do check in occasionally. So probably like a couple nights a week I would see them. And I think Taylor was really good on the live feeds and stuff too. So that does matter. And that's the thing with Big Brother, that like the edit just doesn't show everything because the live feeds are so important. So
the edit will make you livid because you will see how things go, and then you see what they show, and I'm like, what is this? It's infuriating sometimes, actually.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like I called it. I was like, what do you guys think of Taylor and Monty or Taylor and Joseph?
So look, you're adults, you have needs. That's a long time without having some loving. So I understand that like your physical needs sometimes, and you're alone with this person for so long. They're attractive people. Like, you know what? You're like, you know what? I'm feeling this. You're feeling this. I feel bad for Joseph because I think he does really like her. I don't know. It's hard. He's very cryptic about
Team
it.
Jailer, that's me.
So absolutely. Did Amanda or James? Did you guys see like the live feed action with Taylor and Monty?
I mean, I saw what they showed on the show.
I saw it all on like Twitter because I'm big on like Twitter updates too. So I saw all that. I saw everything that happened, but I mean, I know Joseph really liked Taylor too, and I kind of feel bad about that. He never really got to like get to that point, and he also got evicted, like I said, because Terrence and Kyle, like Taylor, and after Joseph was evicted, Taylor was convinced that Joseph wanted her out, and that was never true at all.
Yeah. I hate Monty. I really do not like Monty. That was from like week one. He sunk the only black person I liked this entire season, which I never thought I would say, was Taylor. The other one can kick rocks. Every single one of them can kick rocks. But I didn't like him from the beginning. Then he started to redeem himself because he wasn't acting a fool. and I could stomach him. And then Taylor was super, super, super close with Joseph. They had a fake showmance, but their connection was obvious. And he was one of the people that was there for her just as a person, would check in on her, tell her that she's a sword and all that stuff. He was just there for her as a human. And she really liked him. And you could tell that he liked her. And then when he went out in the way he did, they really, really, really embellished the level to which he betrayed her. And it cut her deep. I was in that. She was crying. She was upset because she had gotten to know this person that she thought she had something with. And then they're telling her it's all not true. And they had truth mixed in with their lies. Like Alyssa would present stuff that Kyle told her as if Joseph told her, just to get to Taylor, because she came in pissed and all this stuff. But they really cut her deep, and that made her question her and Joseph's relationship and what was real and what was fake.
Yeah.
And then comes Monty. Oh, like, and I was
really I feel bad for Joseph, actually.
James, if that hadn't happened, if all of that stuff about them lying and embellishing what happened with Joseph, like how he betrayed Taylor, if that wouldn't have happened, I feel very, very, very confident that Monty Taylor wouldn't have happened.
Definitely not.
Yeah, because she said that in an interview actually today, but that would have never happened. She just was cut so deep, and she thought that wasn't legit because of what they told her. I was pissed about Monty because I know the things that he said about her and the ways he's done her dirty in the game, even after, during the things he said. I called her damaged goods. Like, I can't deal with Monty. So, but while they were having whatever they were having for those 2 weeks, she was very, very happy, she seemed. So I was like, whatever, if Taylor's happy, okay, she will get out and she will find out who he is as a person. And she said some things, like, I don't know if any of you saw that bathtub scene. What they showed on the show was like this much of what she actually said.
Oh, no.
It was so stupid. He was so stupid. He's such a big baby. And she communicated that if he gets on an ego trip over the headphones like he did, she doesn't foresee anything being like long-term outside of the house. So Team Joseph, they've already been together. They've already hung out. They've already posted on their stories together. She's already said that they're going to explore what they could possibly have. I'm elated. As long as she's with Monty, I'm happy.
See, what I think is funny about Monty taking Taylor instead of Turner, like I don't think their relationship is actually going anywhere. I think that, like what you just said.
He tried to
so that's what's even crazier about that. Maybe Monty was thinking that, but I don't see their relationship.
It's not. He's not good for her. He's not compatible with her. He does not understand her like Joseph did. And he tried to hold her hand during the finale. She saw, when Amira brought that up, she saw Joseph's.
Awful time for that to happen.
Yeah, she was going in.
But, this was heated.
But yeah, okay, so how do you feel about it, man? I know you were about to say something and you got cut off there.
I don't know. What I don't understand with Taylor, like, here's my thing with Taylor, like, before. Oh, I'm glad that Janelle's back.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Before, and like maybe Janelle can like confirm this to me or not, because she watches more live feeds than I do. Didn't Taylor like Daniel at one point in time as well?
Oh, no, he's
so like.
She said she was cute.
No.
I don't know.
I don't
and like,
know. I think that was
a moment of lapse.
That was
judgment.
brief.
I don't know. My part of me is like, does Taylor just get really close to people and then like think it's more? I don't know. I mean, obviously Joseph cares for her, and Monty did at some point in time as well, but I don't know. It's just like three different men she was interested in, and then like Jasmine was interested in Joseph, and she's married, and I don't know.
No, but Joseph would never have gotten with Jasmine.
No. And then Kyle and Alyssa, there's just all kinds of shit going on.
No.
This season was bold, man. They were bold in the sense of like they had no shame on camera.
So you brought up the showmances and the Survivor, and I'm like, that'll never happen. But I like seeing like the 2 to 3 showmances in Big Brother a season, because I think it does bring the drama a little bit more, and it makes it interesting. But like I said, that doesn't happen in Survivor anymore. But Big Brother, the seasons where it does happen, it makes it a lot more interesting.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So what do you think this season was missing?
A villain.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a fun villain or like a villain?
A villain.
Well, we had plenty of those.
No.
Yeah. We didn't have a
Daniel,
super villain, but we
Nicole.
Not a
had some
strategic
villains.
villain.
Oh, you
Not a
well,
strategic villain.
okay. You didn't have a strategic villain, but we had villains.
I don't know. I miss being entertained. That's why I liked Turner so much. He was funny. Like I miss funny people to watch. Like I don't know. I like. Do you remember like Big Brother 10 and like there was like Rennie and like Jerry and them all spectacular and they're all yelling at each other and like that's what I miss is like just like good raw reality entertainment. And I feel like it's just not there anymore. Like the diary rooms are so scripted. I miss natural diary rooms. I miss natural diary rooms so bad. Like you go back to like Big Brother. I mean, even going back to like Big Brother 6 and like listening to James Ryan's like diary rooms, or even going back to BB14 and listening to Britney's diary rooms. Like they were raw, they were real, and now they're just fed bullshit to say in the diary room, and I hate it. I miss regular diary rooms. That's what I think this season is lacking. Is like there's no one that has a real personality unless you watch the live feeds.
Yeah. It's hard. It doesn't really come across on the show like it does on the lives. Like honestly, I don't even have to watch the show. Like that's
Right.
what a point that I get to. I watch so much lives that if I really want to see a comp or I want to hear what they're saying in the DR so I can determine who's lying to who or what I think they're gonna do, I'll watch the show, but I really don't have to watch it because the feeds are enough.
If
Right.
you watch enough of the feeds, you don't have to. But like for
Right.
someone like me, you can only check some of them out. I have to watch the episodes. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Like the episodes mean nothing if you're 100% caught up on all the feeds.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Frank? What do you think this season's missing?
Look, I think it's a problem for just modern Big Brother itself. It's just the end game should be sped up a little bit. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be dragged out. Like Final Four should not be a whole week. Even
It's
Final
very
Five could.
long. Yeah.
It doesn't need to
so
be a whole
long.
week. It doesn't. Final Five doesn't even need to be a whole week. Like you can do half
No.
weeks and do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just
Mhm.
cut somebody there. And then like you just add. You could take away so many days doing that way.
Right.
And which would benefit the show because like even the live feeds, there's nothing happening, like not a
No.
lot. So it's like
Mhm.
all you're doing is dragging this out, and it's just like boring people.
Mhm.
And then cut the days out, less direction in the diary room. I hate the whole directions of the comp diary rooms. I would like them to be. I'd like people to try to be able to be themselves in the diary rooms. We do get that from time to
Yes.
time, but not overall. And I think, other than that, like I think it's just a problem of modern Big Brother. I don't think it's a problem of the season itself. I just think there's things that production could fix, and if they fix it,
Of course.
it would
Yeah.
help their game a lot more. Like
Yeah.
the
That's
last
the problem is production. Like production
2-3
needs a
weeks is
facelift
just
so bad. They just need to redo it
Terrible.
and give it something. Yes, they just need to make it like I feel like Survivor rebranded so well but still stayed to their roots. Whereas Big Brother, they need something else. They need advantages or they need like there needs like the game is almost broken in a way. You know how to backdoor people. It all depends on who wins the comps, things like that. But there's not a lot of story
Surprise.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no surprise. There's no
There's none. There was no
Yeah.
there were no powers this season or anything.
no. Like look, I'm not a big fan of Twist, so like adding Twist to me isn't the ideal situation. But like I
Mhm.
the
think that
twist
they
and advantages are different.
that's okay. I'll give you that. But it's just I cut the days out the last 2-3 weeks of the season, make it shorter each week. We don't need to see like final 6 on. You could probably make it 3-4 day evictions. No one would probably have
Yeah.
complaints about it. Like realistically, how often do someone talk to themselves off the block at 6 or 5 or 4? It doesn't happen that much.
Yeah.
So like realistically, we're just watching them sit around and doing nothing. And and they're bored
They're
as well.
bored. They even gave, I was surprised at how many things they gave them to entertain themselves. Like they gave them playing cards. They don't usually do that. They're playing all kind of games. They gave them the Chinese checkers. Like they're extremely bored, it seems.
Yeah. So I just to cut the days out. The twist that they did, production just get better. Like just handle it a little bit better, and it would have been an awesome twist. And stuff like that. It's just like honestly, they just need to tweak a few tweaks. They don't even need to like fundamentally change the game at all. Just like
Mhm.
we don't need to see Final 4 or 5, maybe even 6 last a whole week.
Yeah.
5 and 4 for sure. Like
Yeah.
I'm
need
gonna,
to
ask, I'm gonna ask you guys something. Why do we need to see them vote? That's so much time.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
man.
the live votes,
I don't
especially
care
at the
about
beginning.
Watch
that
them. Why we don't care?
Right.
They can't say anything anyway. They're not allowed to say
Mhm.
anything anyway. So we're literally spending all this time watching them get up, walk to the diary room, sit down. So, Julie asks them a question. They say their vote. They get up. They switch. Like that's
Yeah, I
so
don't
much
know.
time. I don't know why they can't just be like, "Here's a vote, 3-6. Sorry, we're going home." Whatever.
Especially at the beginning, and it's like 2
Yeah.
Like
segment
15
long.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, come on, bro. We don't need to see 14 people vote for the same person.
No, they just. I just don't get
Yeah,
that. I don't understand why
especially
they
when
still
somebody in
hold
there.
that part of it. I would rather see the keys getting pulled out than to see.
Oh, you never experienced the whole key box, have you?
Who, me?
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
have you watched
have,
an older
'cause
season?
I saw 6 and 7. I
Okay.
love Mel.
Okay.
And I saw both Rachel seasons.
Okay.
So they did it back then. And then I saw 22 on live.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 16 was the last time. 15 was the last time they did the key box. 16 is that they went to the
I'm glad
two.
they don't. I think it's stupid.
I think it's kind of fun.
I
But
like the key box, but that's
Did
because
you?
I did, but that's because back in old Big Brother, it was part of a strategy. Like whose keys went in what position. Like say you're HOH and you don't really care for me as much, but you're number one allies with James and Frank, you're gonna put their keys in the box first. So when
Yeah.
they would when they would start naming the keys on who was safe, you could tell the order that the HOH put. It's pretty much like a ranking.
Yeah.
Almost in a way, unless
Oh,
you
okay.
strategically don't do it that way. But I thought that added a nice element to the game because it kind of shows the HOH's cards a little bit, and that might have been the reason why they got rid of it. To be honest, I mean, because it's
They
just a
don't do
little
it
bit
in
telling.
Canada either. I don't think they ever. I don't think of the seasons that I've watched that they've done it in Canada like that. They do it the same as the US and they vote the same exact way. It's very similar. Better, way better
Yeah.
host though.
yeah,
I've heard
Julie
Big Brother Canada is better.
It is. I
Julie's-
mean,
yeah.
it's
Julie's been doing it
different.
for almost 25 years. Next year will be 25 years.
Crazy.
Julie's been hosting.
They need a
she's
new
been
one.
hosting longer than Jeff Probst.
Yeah.
They do.
I-
They need a new one.
Julie she's just a robot.
She's untouchable. She ain't
I don't
going
think
nowhere.
I would like a host that knows what's going on beyond what they show on the show. Her name is
Yeah.
Arissa Cox in Canada. She's watching this season. Like she's on Twitter and tweeting about this current season. She knows what's going on in front of and on live. I think she's an executive producer as well. She's really good. I really, really like her. Julie should take notes.
I
Yeah.
agree. I think
So-
that Julie honestly is staying right now out of spite. If I had to guess, she's staying out. I mean, honestly, I think she's staying out of spite until she's ready to be done. She will announce when she's ready to be done. She's not going to let them tell her when she's going to be done. She's put enough time and she's got enough, connections through CBS that I don't think she's going anywhere anytime soon. She'll probably retire out. I mean, how long did Bob Barker host The Price is Right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wonder.
I don't
Bob
know.
Barker?
No, Julie.
Oh, Julie. Well, Julie. I mean, Julie's hosted for at least 25 years. She had to have been older than 25 whenever she started. I would.
Yeah,
think.
you can tell. Like, I get that sentiment. Like, some of the stuff she'll screw up, and I hope.
think Big Brother was it Big Brother 9? She was pregnant.
I
Oh,
don't
I
know.
didn't know that.
Big Brother 9 was a
I
mess.
think it was Big Brother 9 while she was pregnant with her because she only has one kid. I think she was pregnant during either Big Brother 9 or Big Brother 10, somewhere around in there.
Who won 9?
Adam.
Adam.
I don't know who that is.
It's not a very
He was
good
the one
season.
he's the one who had the drug ring.
Oh.
Yeah, he took his winning money with the runner up, and they had like a drug lord thing going on. Got caught. Yeah, I swear to God. Also, I don't know if you know this or not, but Big Brother 9 is the only Big Brother season that has been filmed in the winter because that was during the writer's strike at the time. And they did a season of Big Brother in the winter to cover time slots for the writer's strike.
Wow.
So it's the only Big Brother season that's only been done in the winter.
Yeah, it's a cast of horrible people.
Oh,
but
so entertaining.
So entertaining. Like if you like trashy reality TV, that's a season for you.
Yeah.
Really?
There's like a threesome in there. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like the Jersey Shore-esque like type of Big Brother. Like swear. It's and like the winner is I don't know. What would you say about Adam?
I think Adam's a good player. He just made bad decisions, but he's doing better now. He's got out of prison. He's doing better now. So
doing way better now. Also, too, that was after Big Brother 8, which I hold very high on my list of seasons I enjoy. So, you had 6, 7, 8, which were like stellar seasons. And then,
the train wreck of 9.
Yeah, the train wreck of 9. It's like the Gabon of sort of like, of Big Brother. And then season 10 was phenomenal, and then season 11 did it again. I don't know. It's just like a very roller coaster.
Who won 11?
Big Brother. Jordan.
Oh, see, I didn't see hers. I just saw Rachel's too. Like the one, she was back to back, right?
Yeah, 13 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you
I
a big
saw
Rachel
her on
fan?
Amazing Race, and I hated her. I was like, all this girl does is cry. But when I watched her on Big Brother, I loved her. I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
You hear that, Frank? You hear that? You hear that? Love Rachel.
You don't like Rachel?
I can't.
No, he hates her. I love her. I think she's
what?
She's like one
I
of my
can't
favorite
stand her
winners.
laugh and her whole catchphrase of "No one messes with my man."
I love her.
They literally, her laugh is so annoying. They gave it as a punishment in season 14. That's how annoying that girl's laugh is.
Oh my goodness! I watched her on the race, and I was like, "Oh, all she does is cry." Like I didn't care for her. They slayed on the race, but then I watched her Big Brother season. I don't think I liked her so much on the first one, but I liked her more on the second one. I like her. She's funny. Listen, and you ever think about how if she had played in Modern now and some of the things she said, she'd be ripped to shreds.
Oh no!
But I like her.
Look, if I was ever casting All-Star season, I would give her a call.
I'm so pissed she wasn't on All-Star.
Well, she was pregnant. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that season had me livid. That was
she will actually play. She would be there to play.
Right. That was my first live season with live feeds. Oh. And I was sucked in. That season had me mad weekly. I was like, oh.
People can say what they want about Rachel, but she is a competitor in all aspects of the game. Social, strategic, competition. That girl is a competitor.
Did you see her? She tried to go pregnant.
Yeah.
I cast her and then she didn't tell them that she was pregnant. And then they cast her, and then they were like, wait a minute, you can't go on here pregnant.
I don't know how I don't know how far along she was when it started, but did you guys see her on Snake in the Grass?
No, I want to watch it.
I want to watch it too. I want to see her
good?
three together.
It was good.
Yeah, I want to see.
I mean, I don't like Stephanie much.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna kill me.
I don't like her much.
I love her.
Do you? I love
Palau though, and I enjoy her on Palau in Guatemala. Obviously, I didn't care for her in Heroes vs. Villains, but
she didn't bother me here. It's more so I don't like her.
I love Stephanie.
Outside of the game.
But listen, I watched that live. I watched that live as a 13. Yes, I watched Palau in Guatemala live as a 13-year-old girl, and was obsessed with her because I thought that she.
That's very understandable because of her story. But what I heard, we're all on Survivor. But what I heard is,
we do that.
being me. I will go on and on forever about a million things, but
No,
I
we do
think
the
that
same thing.
from what I heard, like in Guatemala, she got an amazing edit because what they showed and the experience people had with her did not match up, and that's why Danny won, from my understanding.
Oh.
But I didn't watch that live. I can't figure out when I started watching Survivor, like what was my first live season. It was around Cerie's season, like that I found Survivor, I think. I was in college, like around
Her first
2000.
season?
Her first season. That's around the time when I like found Survivor. Then I went back and watched a whole bunch of old seasons, and then I just watched it moving forward ever since. But I can't like pinpoint what was my first. But Cerie's season is one of my earliest ones. But
That was like
Stephanie,
2007, I think, right?
yeah,
Around
I
that
graduated
time.
college in I don't want to admit this on.
My first season of Survivor
Mhm.
was Samuel de Sur.
Was it?
Yeah, and then I went
What?
back and watched them. Yeah, but eventually.
So
And
listen, I've only been watching Big Brother since a couple of like probably a month before 22. That's when I started watching,
Oh,
and now
wow.
I'm super invested now. It's
I
terrible.
love. So my first season was 17, and I just fell in love with it. Have you seen
Yeah.
17?
I refused to watch it for so long. I'm like, stupid. I'm not watching. It's like Survivor in the House. That how can that be good? That was my mind. But then I run a Survivor group. One of our moderators was like, "Hey, we need help, like with the Big Brother group. If any of you wanna," I was like, "Okay," but I've never watched. But I'll commit to like watching. Like 22 was coming, and they're like, "You," because I love Parvati and Survivor. They're like, "You would love Janelle. You have to go back and watch blah 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 blah." So I did, and I loved her. I was obsessed with her right away for both seasons. So that's how I got caught in it. And then when I watched 22, I knew a handful of people. I knew Janelle. I knew Davon from The Challenge, not from Big Brother. I did not know Bailey. I think I knew Bailey from The Challenge. I knew Danny, and I think that was it. And Kaser. So that was like my squad, and they were so against. I was pissed every week. Let's just say that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it was tragic for me as a fan. So going from that to 23 was very refreshing because I liked it a lot more because things went my way a lot more on 23. But yeah, 20. This one was okay too.
Yeah. I mean that pretty much, we can edit here, but I think we all fairly enjoyed it. Taylor had a great story. One of the she'll always be remembered because she probably had one of the best stories that started from
Underdog.
the beginning all the way to the end, which a lot
Yeah.
of people can't say that. Like, usually they're kind of bland for a couple of weeks, the winners. They're hitting because it's Big Brother. They're not editing a show and then putting it out there. They're editing it live, so they don't know who's going to be. They think this is going to be a main character, but they could be out the next week. You never know.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I think they did a pretty good job. I think they just need to tweak some of the days, and
I think they need to tweak, which is probably challenging, but just how they tell the stories. Like,
yeah,
I'll watch what happens and then I'll see how they present it. I'm like, ugh, that's stupid. Like, nobody's gonna know. Like, when I have in my group that I run, when people talk about it, I'm just like, oh, like that's not what happened. Like, it's frustrating because everybody's not crazy like me and always watching feeds, but I wish they would tweak how they tell the story or how they present the story a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I think it's a little bit harder with the feeds. There's so much going on, and they only
yeah.
have so much time, and I think they put too much in the competitions.
Yes.
I do feel like this season they had a lot more less physical competitions, which is a very positive. I don't think Big Brother should be a super physical game.
Right, I agree.
So I think that's a positive, and I really hope they I hope they cast better rounded cast. I think 23 was a better cast overall than 24.
I agree.
Yeah.
But
think about the controversy of 23. Like, the biggest one was people thinking they were racist, but like as far as like interactions with people being mean or nasty, there was not a lot of that. It was like this compared to this season. Is like this, it's
as my biggest problem with 23 is that my favorite was Tiffany, and I just felt like and I understood what she was going for. She wanted to, and I respected it, but I just felt like she was putting herself in such a bad position. When in all reality, she probably could have easily won that game with her hands tied behind her back, but she chose to do
To play
something
for the
impactful.
cookout. Yeah, I think that she could have done some different things within the cookout to have a different result. If I'm being honest, she could have been a lot closer with Ozza. She could have said something earlier because Xavier and Big D had Ozza. They needed her, and Ozza was gonna be with them. You know, that was the ticket right there. She needed Ozza. She did not have her. Stupid Kylan. Oh, that week was not a good week for me.
Yeah, so I agree. Yeah, it's tough. That's why I said that I really love Tiffany, and I'd love to play for her to play again.
That's a wrap if she plays again.
I think the problem.
She's definitely playing again.
Yeah. Who do you think's playing again from this cast? Real quick.
From this cast?
24?
Yeah.
Jasmine.
You think Jasmine's gonna play again?
Mm-hmm. Just because of her inner. While she pissed me off a lot with the things that she said. She was, even on feeds, like, she was funny. Like, she got on people's nerves. Her, like, wanting people to do things with her got on people's nerves. It created drama in the house and something to talk about and something to watch. And her stupid accent that she loves to highlight. And I think that watching her, she's not a bad player. She just never, once Amira left, it was the leftovers controlling everything. She would try to gather some troops. Half of them were in the leftovers, which she didn't know. But I think that she was a decent player that had a lot of influence. She just was not in that majority. And that was the downfall of her game, that she was not in that majority. So I think she will come back.
Okay.
Michael,
I think is
possibly
for sure
Brittany. Nobody pre-jury. I wouldn't pick anybody. I think Amira has potential as a player, but she made me mad. So hard time. Like, maybe Amira. Jasmine, Michael, Brittany, Amira. That's 4 I'd give. Think that could. What do you think?
I think Michael is for sure 100% locked. If he wants to play again, he'll play again.
Yeah.
I think they would love to have Taylor back, but from her interviews that I've listened to, I don't know
she
if
needs
she'll
a
ever.
minute.
Yeah, it's if she plays again, it'll be a few years.
Yeah, she said she needs a minute.
Yeah,
Some therapy.
I just don't know. I don't know if she'll play again because like she had a tough time in that house. And Joseph. I think Joseph would love. I think Joseph would play again.
Yeah,
I personally would love to see Joseph play Survivor.
Me too.
Over Big Brother.
Oh, yes, me too.
I think I heard him say that he applied for that. I think.
Yeah, so he was originally. I think he was in the casting pool for 42, and then they asked him to do Big Brother, I believe.
I can completely see that him being the next Hayden, where he does both. I can completely see it because he's got the personality for it and the physical for it. And the smarts for it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how he'll be starving. That man was he ate a lot.
He was the hottest male house guest on Big Brother ever.
You see?
100%. Joseph is who else is hotter than him?
I don't know. I think he had an amazing physique, but his face was like average to me. Look at me. I don't like that I said that. He was nice looking, but I wouldn't like say the hot. I don't know who the hottest ever is though, so I can't rebut
I will be the first to admit who I simp over. Not gonna lie, and I think that I don't care. I think that Joseph was the hottest male that has
his
played.
body is amazing. See, I would think. I don't like him as a person much, but I think Monty's cuter than Joseph. Maybe because it's his height and I'm a tall person. Too. Yeah. But
yeah, so I think Joseph, if he wants to play again, he could play again. I think if anybody would be Amira out of the pre-jury, but I don't even know if they'd ask her to play again. Taylor, if she wanted to play again, she would play again, but I don't know if she's gonna want to play again. Taylor. She says she's gonna be a minute, but I don't think she'll. I think she'll come up to be like, "What do I gotta go back and play for?" Like I think she
has at the top. That's my thing with Taylor. She already gave the finale.
Yeah, she already won. She ending. Did. She set history by winning.
Yeah,
one American favorite player and the only person to ever do that.
I would never go back.
Right.
No.
And she's gonna get a Lay's deal. She's gonna be rich off of this season. Like, be just fine. I don't think Taylor is ever gonna come back. Maybe as guest appearances for like comps and stuff. But to play again, I don't think we'll see Taylor play again.
It's
I
really
think
a shame the way
CBS
that
would love
Kyle went
her, but
out.
I don't
think
think
he could
she'll
have
play
come
again.
back.
I just
It's
think
a shame that Kyle ruined it for himself.
Yeah,
Look, I think that the way production told that story, I have a feeling that they favor Kyle. So I would not be surprised if he came back.
Another person, I don't know if he'd want to come back.
You don't think?
Depending on how everything goes outside the house.
He's young though.
I mean,
give him a couple
30s.
years.
We'll see. I don't know. I think for sure Michael's a lock. I think Brittany's a good call. I think if they asked her to play again, she would play again.
I don't want to see Brittany again. I got enough of Brittany.
I think that she would be like a force the second time around because, like, in the past 3 weeks, she's like, I just want to start over. Like, I got it now. Can we start over? She kept saying stuff like that. She said she wants to play again in the house. She wants another chance.
Yeah. So I think she'll play again if they want to ask her, but I just think Taylor's not going to play again because she has so many opportunities, and all she's going to do is probably come like her game. I don't think her game play is dominating way to come back as a winner to dominate the season again. I just think
hopefully she could come back and not be like playing a personal defense game all the time.
That's true.
And actually be able to focus on the game. If that whole everything that happened with her hadn't happened, I'm sure she would have played a very different game. But she spent time trying to convince people that she wasn't what they assumed her to be. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I think that
just don't
she will
see her wanting to play again.
Pulled in. See, I disagree. I think she's going to get pulled in from production. I think production is going to gas her up so much, and she's going to get a lot of popularity and fame from it. And I think that she's going to like that and be kind of CBS's new favorite, almost in a way. She's gonna be
the poster child of CBS for a couple of years, probably.
Oh, for sure. They'll bring her back for a comp or something, or they'll bring her back. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll gas her up a lot.
Did either of you see her on The Talk?
No. I watched a couple. I don't remember.
Today, like the TV show The Talk. And the way it's kind of like The View, kind of they all sit on it. I was surprised when I saw it, but anyways, she came out there, like walked straight to the audience. It's like she's made for it. Like it's on Twitter. Like she walked out, she greeted them on stage, did the whole interview. It's like she's made for that kind of a thing. I don't know
maybe the new host of Big Brother.
Hey, we'll see. She said she wants to do like entertainment news, like E-News and stuff like that. So I'm sure she won that E-News award. I'm sure she'll have some people coming her way. She said she's staying in LA for a couple weeks. So we'll see.
I think she's gonna be too big for the show, to be honest with you.
Hey, I welcome it. Good for her.
Yeah, I'm here for it too. What do you think they're gonna do for the 25th season?
I just feel like I don't know. They're opening up. They already advertised for new players, but me personally, I think second chance season would work perfect for Big Brother. And just and if you're gonna bring old schoolers in, have a good mixture of old schoolers and new schooler players. Like if you're gonna have people from the single digits and like the early 10s, 11s, and 12s, like have them spread out enough where it's spread out enough and not 5 of them and the rest of them are from 18 to 22. Right. So
to me it was obvious 22. They just wanted to get rid of big names.
Yeah.
Not even for gameplay reasons. They just wanted to get them out because they're the most popular, in my opinion anyway, watching it.
I just don't think Big Brother is worried about it's a big milestone. They don't care about that. Survivor does. Big Brother does.
Yeah. I really, really like for Survivor, my favorite seasons are returning seasons. So I love it. And I'm surprised at how little Big Brother does it. But I really want a bunch of survivors on Big Brother. Like, let's flop them. Why have they not done that? I would kill for like Michelle, Lauren Ashley Beck, like put Parvati. Like, there's so many people I would love to see on Big Brother, although I worry for them because this fandom is crazy.
Yeah.
Part of me wonders if it's because Survivor is under Mark Burnett Productions. Like, I wonder if it's something to do with the relationship between like Mark Burnett and Robin from Big Brother. I don't know that, but I wonder if there's some issues with contracting there, because I do know that when you're cast on Big Brother, you have a contract afterwards of a year where you cannot be on any other television show, reality show or whatever. Like, you're contracted for a year or two, depending.
I think it's a little bit fluid now that CBS owns the challenge, because I think they broke that for somebody. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
they have the cookout. Almost the whole cookout was on there.
CBS doesn't own the challenge now.
Yeah, they do. The Viacom, they did a merger.
They did.
That's why
because Tiffany.
But MTV still has the challenge too.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
But you didn't see this most recent challenge, Amanda? We're on CBS.
They
don't watch the challenge. I don't watch challenge.
They have Tiffany. They had Xavier. They had DX. They had Kylan. They had Alyssa. Mm-hmm. There was one more. Ozza.
Angela was on there.
Yeah, but they just played on Big. They did the challenge.
Oh, the whole cookout.
6 months after they did Big Brother.
Yeah.
So they left them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They only let them. If it had been like MTV, they couldn't have. But they let them because it's a CBS. Same with the survivors that were on there from 41. It's only because it was a CBS show. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch CBS's The Challenge if it doesn't correlate with the other challenge, because I feel like MTV's The Challenge, there's way too many seasons for me to try to catch up on. And I'm one of those people that if I'm going to watch it, I want to watch all of it.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. But the CBS is The Challenge. They just did
only one season in. And I hate the winner.
Yeah, only one season. Oh, don't tell me.
I won't. I hate that person though. One of them anyway.
Oh man. Well, I heard it's very good. So,
people.
But I don't watch The Amazing Race. I don't watch Love Island. So I was like, I don't know. I just wasn't as big. Like, I'm watching, like, I only have so much TV time, and I like to fill it with what I actually watch, and then add on when I can, which I know sounds crazy, but when you're rewatching Big Brother, and then watching current Big Brother, and then watching current Survivor, and then I'm watching House of Dragon too. So I mean, like, plus my podcasts that fill in with all the shows given. It just is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch a lot. I watch a lot of TV at night when the kids are in bed. So
I watch while I work during the day. I work from home.
I wish I could watch. If I could watch while I worked, I would get so much done. I would get so much TV time done, but that's 9.5 hours a day I can't watch.
Yeah.
Or listen.
But I think this will be a memorable season for a memorable winner. I think it was a fine season. I think there was a lot of characters that was iffy and a lot of moments that were ugly, but there was very high highs, and I think it ended off on a very high. So
I agree.
I think overall, I think it was a pretty decent season. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but Taylor's definitely one of my most memorable winners for sure.
Oh yeah,
you know she's my favorite.
I know she's your favorite. I know she's your favorite. You've been loving her since, and I'm surprised she made it there too, because I thought for sure Monty and Turner were gonna cut her leading up to it. But the closer it got to it, the more I'm like, he's not gonna cut her, because we talked, I think, weeks ago at like 6 or 7.
Listen, he said some stuff that if he would have cut her, he would have been ripped up 2 new ones. Like some of the comments he made about why he would take her, you don't say it unless you're gonna do it. So I believed he would. I'm just glad he beat Turner. That's all. I was nervous.
The thing is, if he would just lost that comp, he wins the game.
You're right.
Maybe he says, Turner, go ahead, win. He wins the game. It's just funny to think about it like that.
He's too much of a control freak. He was never going to give it to Turner. He wanted to have his own destiny in his hands. Oh, I don't like him much.
But yeah. So you run the Big Brother fan jury page. You part of the Survivor fan jury page, correct?
And the Travis Spoken, because I'm crazy, and I have a challenge group. Crazy. That's right? I don't even remember which group.
I love that.
I actually played an org with one of the admins of Survivor fan jury, Michaela.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. So, know her, but yeah. So do you just run admins? That's all you do on your free time?
Yep, Twitter. But I'm only on Twitter for Big Brother. Now that Big Brother's over, I can have a life again, kind of. I can get decent sleep. But yeah, I'm just obsessed with reality TV. And as you can tell via Facebook, I get super invested in who I care about. And I watch and it's a horrible addiction. When it came on, my husband was like, so are you going to give up everything for the next 3 months, Janelle? You on vacation for the next 3 months? Sorry, I do my best. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife used to watch, but I got really into it, and she's like, "You get too into it for me anymore. I can't even watch with you anymore."
Yeah, there's nobody on my level in my personal life. These my poor friends, I like try to tell them all about it so they might like watch. And I have a person that I'm not typing all day long, but I haven't found that person yet. Nobody watches. Just me.
Me too, but it's just me. I have no in real life friends that are Survivor fans.
Me either.
Fans
So
Zero.
the only one I do is talk to Amanda and James about it all the time.
And you guys are all friends? That's how you know each other?
No, we met playing
we met through orgs.
Oh, I've never done one of those.
Yeah, we met. I met her playing. Was it 2019?
BB 2020? No, it was 2020 when COVID started. Yeah, 2020.
Okay.
March
you guys like those? I don't know.
Yeah, it's fun.
I've never done it. People inbox me all the time though, probably because I run so many groups.
Yeah.
Like, but they inbox and Twitter too. Inbox me. I'm like, it doesn't sound like fun. I don't know.
It's fun. I mean, I would give it a chance. I think you would enjoy it. If you didn't enjoy it, you could just not do it again. It lasts about like 3 weeks.
Yeah, most games last around like 3 weeks. As long as you're like, if you're home every night, I like if you can fit it in your schedule, then try it out, because I mean, just meeting people is the best part. Like meeting people from all over the world and like all over the country, and like being able to talk to them and like get to know them and make friends. Like that's why I love doing it, because like where else would I get to?
I don't think I understand the logistics. Like, how do I play Big Brother like this? Like, I you know what I mean?
I guess what it is just like being able to talk and make social connections with people, and people will run deals by each other. I mean, it's just like talking through group chat. That's
and
pretty
video
much
chats
what it is.
and conversations.
And video chats, and then we record tribal or record,
some
I
challenges.
you have
to,
so it's like minute to win challenges you compete in.
I think you would enjoy it, or you would really hate it. I think you're a mixture of both. Your problem is that you're gonna find somebody you don't like, and it's gonna bother you.
I don't know.
And you will meet people you don't like. It happens. Not everybody is kumbaya.
Right. I could imagine. I don't think it's for me.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. It was a lot of fun. I've been bugging you for about a year or so to try to do this.
I feel like you only asked me one time, and I said no.
Well, because you were like, and I didn't want to press it because I didn't want you to think I was being crazy or anything.
But like, we're just super casual about it. We just like getting on and talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I'm glad you could join.
I'm nervous. I don't think I want to. I gotta look presentable and all this kind of crap.
Girl,
you look nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, overall I think we enjoyed the season. Thank you for joining us. She's admin all over, and if you watch Big Brother with her and her page, you'll hear from her. Trust me. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.